can tell you when I was born. I was born Wednesday, September the 29th, 1909. Now you don't believe that, huh?
I believe it.
Huh?
Yeah, I believe it.
Well, that's when I was born.
Wednesday, September 29th. I know it's September 29th.
Wednesday or Thursday, I don't know which. Wednesday or Thursday. Thursday, I believe it was. Wednesday or Thursday.
You were born at home, weren't you? You weren't born in a hospital or anything.
Oh, God, no. Wasn't a hospital. My son, I guess. I remember some old lady used to be down there and she got sick. And the first one I ever known about going to the hospital. She had, what do you call it, the gallstone. And they thought, oh, she's going to die. She's going to die. And good God, she lived to be about 700.
Well, you were born in Nevermind, eh?
No. I was down in Georgetown.
Georgetown?
Yeah, on this side of Georgetown where that there were, well, they had a bird place there, birds and stuff in that. About a mile this side of Georgetown coming up the other way, you know, away towards your mom place.
Where Eggers?
We gotta tell you who he was. Lived there, not Travis. I forget his name and lives there now. Well, anyhow, that's where I was born. Where they had that birds and raised birds and stuff.
On the left-hand side if you're going from Georgetown to Nevermind.
Left hand, no, on the right hand side. If you're going from Georgetown to Nickelmine, you're on the right hand side. You know where don't you know where I was born? I mean,
Well, I thought you were born on the farm where Mom was.
oh no. I was born there, and then they moved. Well, I guess I was born where we lived. Last, I mean, where Mom had the place.
I can't think where you mean.
Was
it a farm or you were born on?
Well, it was a couple, 3 or 4 acres, something like that, because the old man, my daddy, he had tobacco, and it was, I don't remember it, but this is a story that he told me. He had tobacco, and it was time for frost, you know, and he had no barn, no place to put it, so he built a tobacco shed. And he got the tobacco in under there before I got the frost.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't finished or nothing, but it kept from freezing.
Kept it from freezing.
Yeah. That's what he told me. And that was Thompson. You know where Thompson is, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the place. That's where I was born.
Well, then it's along 896.
Yeah. 896 it'd be on, going down, it'd be on the left hand. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know you used to live there.
Yeah. Where I was born. I think I was born here. Not here, but I mean, Nickelmine.
Yeah.
Now what do you want?
You were working on the railroad then in 1930?
Oh, yeah.
What was that? What was I think the regular work day like?
What do you mean?
How many hours?
Hours and...
We worked 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, 40 cents an hour. That's what we got. And walked from where we used to live there, you know, where our old home place was, Well, walk from there to Kinzer, go to work, and walk back in the afternoon. In the
That's
evening.
about 4 miles.
Yeah. Down if it wasn't a long mile, 3 miles coming back up over that hill. Hey. That's that part of it.
What did you do during the work? Did you just keep building the railroad?
Well, I was worked on the maintenance and on the track.
I was on the track crew.
Yeah. Kept the tracks up. Well, I didn't keep it up, but I mean I helped that as a helper, like neighbor and a mighty fool.
When did you get your first car?
When did I get the first car? 1930.
1930.
Yep. Bought a new Chevrolet. I went to work at night when I was 17 on the railroad. And when I was 1930, I got a new Chevy. 2-door. Like I got now.
You remember what it cost you?
$634 or $5, something like that.
What did gas cost back then?
15 cents.
15 cents a gallon.
Sometimes they had gas. Well, at that time, the gas was plenty, because there wasn't many cars. And these gas stations, they put one up here and one up there, I thought they were going to make a lot of money. And I guess it is. Not right away, because they got this gas station, gas world. You put your down a penny. Oh, you put yours down a penny. This fellow put his down 2 pennies.
Yeah.
This fellow put down 3 pennies. That's why I got it for about a dime a gallon. But that didn't last long. After just the war.
Yeah.
After the war was over, it went up.
Do you remember Herbert Hoover pretty good then?
Well, I remember him, yeah. When he was in office, he wasn't liked too well a lot of places, but I don't know. He was a good president as far as I was concerned. I wasn't too much interested in my president. I was more interested in the girls. You got that all down now?
Yeah. Do you remember?
After I got the new car, I was pretty sporty. Did a new coat or something, sweater, necktie or something. Got the girl to pull you around like you. Big shot. Wasn't any cars around.
Do you remember President Roosevelt?
Which one?
Franklin, yeah.
I remember what did they call him? He had a nickname, didn't he? He was the president after. Which one was it?
Yeah.
He's
He's the one that had polio, was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, it was Coolidge, Hoover, then Roosevelt.
Yeah, well, and I know him. I mean, I don't know too much about him.
You never followed politics too much, did you?
No.
Too busy with women.
Remember much about the Depression?
Yeah, I sure do. I was working the railroad at that time. That was back in 29 or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, the old fellows had to go, The young fellows had to go because they didn't have enough help. Well, then they get another, a young fellow like me. Well, I wasn't an old fellow at that time because they had fellas that had 10, 20 years service. And they hang on. But I was saved a couple of years there. I went on in 1927. April 2nd, 1927, I went on the job. And I come off March 4th, 1972.
But during the Depression, you never lost your job on the railroad, did you?
No, I never lost the job entirely, but I'd go to work here tomorrow. He was a younger fellow. I could go and take his place, see? If he got, say, 2 weeks, I had 2 weeks and 1 day, I could bump him out, see?
Yeah.
Well, I'd go there and work that day, and maybe the next day he saw the fellow come a day older than I was, then I'd have to go again. Till you...
Is that how you ended up down in Philadelphia for a while?
Yeah. I was down there, and I was down in Norristown for, a couple of years.
Because of the...
Yeah. Now, I could have come up, but, that was a damn girl. But that was the whole thing I was saying. I'd go to Norristown, I get me a job. They'd tell me where I could bump this guy, Well, I'd go there. Maybe tomorrow somebody'd come and bump that guy, and he'd get me then, see? But I always had 1 day out of the week or something like that. Not enough to buy a loaf of bread or something. And then they took, at that time, the Depression time, we were getting 40 cents an hour, working 3 days a week. And then they take 10% of our wages. They loaned it, supposed to loan it, and they still got the loan. They never paid it.
You mean the government took it?
No, the railroad.
Oh, the railroad.
Yeah. See, they loaned our 10% of our wages. Supposed to be loaning. Well, there's nothing we could do about it. We either starve or let them go have it.
Yeah.
Well, when Depression was over, we were supposed to get this
money back.
It ain't over yet.
So after the Depression, everybody was working again.
Yeah, see, they put on, during the Depression, there was very little anything going on, engineers and all that stuff was all laid off too. Well, we had to have some on the passenger train or something like that. It wasn't in too many for them in. During the Depression, I mean.
Yeah.
But before the Depression, they had a passenger train along. In the morning, you could go get on there, Lancaster, any place between Lancaster and Philadelphia, you could get on that train. That is at a station. They left Lancaster and come to Whitmer. There was a station. It stopped for you. If there was anybody there, if somebody went off, somebody went on, they stopped and get it. Yeah. Then they come to Gordonville. There was another station, Lemon Place, up the whole way down into Philadelphia. Well, they were making all kind of money because that's the cheapest travel there was. And the same way coming home at night, afternoon, or whatever. Yeah, the train running, we used to say stop at every fence post.
Don't stop anymore, though.
No. And we didn't have no truck for nothing at that time either, you know. So we have a bad piece of track down here. You come to Lancaster tomorrow morning and get your tools and get on that train. And they'll take you down there and let you off. Don't matter if it's out in the middle of the field or where it was at. It wasn't no, didn't have to be a station. They'd stop there and let you get off. It was all in their favor, though. It wasn't in our favor.
Yeah.
We had to run further to get on and run further to get off. And they were making the money. It wasn't that much over there. Yeah, well, that's another little piece of it. Now, what else do you want to know about that? Let the girls out this time.
Do you remember anything about the music or the famous people during that time? About music or movies during that time?
Well, I can tell you a story about a movie. Me and George, my brother, you know, and Dan Steinman. We had a little old Ford pickup truck. We call it a truck. It was you could put the box on the back and it'd be a truck. Take the box off, put a hood on it. Then you had a little sport car. Anyhow, we got this darn little car. It was a Model T Ford, what it was. And I was in movies before, and George was my brother. He was in movies, but we didn't know Dan never was at a movie. So we went in just watch this movie and come out. And George says, "What do you think of that movie, Dan?" "What? Is that what that was?" I didn't know what a movie was. We took him in, figuring he knows, but he didn't know. He knows when he comes out, though. He told him about that was the first time he was ever in a movie, see?
What it cost to go to a movie back then?
10 cents. 10 cents to get a half show or something like that.
Do you remember the names of any of the movies?
Oh, I don't believe I do. I don't believe I wasn't never much interested in movies. I don't believe I can remember anything about even what a scene. I was there several times. We used to go down to what was it? On Prince Street.
Eric? The Eric?
Oh, that would have been near that.
Oh, it was an old movie. I don't know what it was. That's where we went to the movie. That was the cheapest place.
How big was Lancaster? Lancaster, how big was Lancaster?
You mean,
the city?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't know what to say about that.
Lancaster was pretty good size.
Yeah, it was a pretty good sized town. And a nice girl. We used to be a little restaurant, Greek restaurant, right below the where we went into the movie. You know. And
Probably the Grand Theater you went to.
Yeah.
Grand Theater, right?
Well, anyhow, this here girl was, I guess, the daughter of the proprietor. She was a nice girl. She was anything for you. We got kind of going in there pretty well. Little Greek girl.
There used to be buses running more public transportation where there is now, isn't there? There used to be more, maybe not buses. Trolleys. Was there trolleys back in 1930 around Lancaster? Trolleys. Trolley cars.
Oh, yeah. Trolleys run then.
They ran out to Strasburg, didn't they?
They run to Strasburg and they run to Parksburg.
Parksburg? Oh, and Parksburg.
Yeah. Come down through Kinder, Gap, down into Parksburg, and then they come back. Parksburg had them from Parksburg to
Coatesville,
and not further than that, please.
Yeah, probably went all the way down to Philadelphia one day.
I'm thinking you did. I don't remember how I worked for them. I was never that far away from home, and
Yeah.
But many a time I rode Kinder to, this side of Parksburg, I get off.
What was there?
Oh, little stone house. Nice. About 14 girls. Old Johnny worked. He worked with us in the railroad, And he asked us, we move. They get drunk. We'd have the girls. I tell you, we had a lot of fun. Didn't have much money, but we had a lot of fun.
Where did you live when you worked on the railroad? Did you still live at home?
Did what?
Did you still live at home when you worked on the railroad, or?
Yes, well, at that time I was home. But, after it got hard times come along, I guess about 32 or something along there. No, 35. 35 I got married. So. And I lived in Unky then. Between Philadelphia and Norristown.
Did you live with a family in Philadelphia for a while, or Norristown for a while? Whole family?
Yeah, I lived there before I got married.
That's when you were.
Mike Yarf is the boy's name, and there was 3 girls. Granny. I never lived any better in my life when I did that either. Now, we only working 3 days a week because it's hard times yet. And I was paying $1 a day and making $2.30. I was paying $1 a day board rent and well, go home down where I boarded. Polish girl, woman, she was an old lady. She couldn't talk English, but you could talk to her English, but she couldn't answer you. I didn't know how. And I would go home and she'd show me the axe. Gabble something, I didn't know what she talked about, but Mike would come home. And she wanted some wood split. I split 2 ties. I wouldn't have to pay no board that day. I worked for her. It didn't, just a little job. Any little job that you helped done, you didn't have no board for that. That was big help to me. That was $1 a day more. And that lasted for, a year or more. things was rough, but, you know, I had more darn fun than I ever had in my life or something like that.
Yeah.
Of course, I was young and didn't give a darn, you know. After I got tied down, then it was a little different. Yeah, I stayed down there with them for one whole season, one whole year. And I was down in country hockey for a year, and moved back to, after I got married, then I moved back to, what was the name of that little town? It's about 4 or 5 houses. Anyhow, I rented a railroad house. Old Gussie cleaned out the cars inside. They already cleaned out the cars, you know, empties, flats, and so on. But he was going to retire, and he's told me, he said, "You want the house?" I said, "Yeah, I'll get the house or get one." Well, he said, "I'm going to give it up such and such a day." It was a place hot, you know, he'd rented it, he was living there. And he got it all in for 6,000 nights. And he says, "I tell you," he says, "I won't tell nobody else. I'll tell you, I'm going to give it up such and such a day." He told me the day. So you go down to Philadelphia, give me the house number, the room number and everything of the railroad where they had carried it. Don't you think I didn't head down there? I beat the other fellow. On the way down, Mike was gone down and I was coming back. That's how darn close it was to losing.
You remember what it cost you to rent the house?
$3 a month.
$3 a month?
$3 a month. It had no electric in it, though. It had heat, water, and all that. No electric. For $3 a month. And it was a nice house. It wasn't hard to heat. Had a hot air furnace in it.
What was the first house that you bought? Was it the one up at Smoke Town?
That was the first one.
Yeah. But then you only had 2 houses, Smoke Town and here.
Yeah. I wish we wouldn't have had that there at that time. That cost me more than I was getting. I was running in the red every year.
Yeah.
I didn't make no money out of that job. I made some money out of it, but I had to sell it to make any money.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about that crop now.
Do you remember the time right before the World War II? Like the years.
World War II, that was, what year was that, do you remember?
39 it started.
Yeah, 39.
1939 is when World War II started.
Yeah, I was working at World War II. I was working down there in the low grade, you know, in parts of it. Well, we was working there with plenty of money then. Not plenty of money, but plenty of work.
Yeah.
As high as 16 hours a day we worked down there.
Yeah.
The track was bad and they were all heavy, you know. And we worked 10 hours every day. Well, it was a funny thing that didn't make sense to me. Now, in the summertime, you know, they have what they call it in the hours.
Daylight savings.
Daylight saving. Well, we had got daylight saving time come. We took daylight saving. And it got so hot, one thing or another. So we had double taillight sailing. Well, we were going an hour before regular time then, see? Or 2 hours to get some people. See, that would give us a good time to get ready, good and hot before we could go home. Yeah, we worked anyhow, lots of times 16 hours for at the time. It didn't last too long, maybe 6, 7 months, something like that. If it was cold when we started, well, it wasn't just exactly cold when we started a 16-hour job. If it's going that way, the whole winter and the next spring, for an awful lot of time. It was, we were making $43 an hour then. We got 3 cents raise. 3 cents an hour raise.
Yeah, really, though, the railroad paid about as good as anybody, didn't they?
At that time, yes. Well, I used to get $1 a day, about 16 hours a day. These old farmers and stuff.
Yeah.
They give you $1 or an old rooster or something. Either one you want.
But back in 1930, when you were working on the railroad, that was probably a pretty good paying job compared to most of them.
Yeah, well, that time it was.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like much now, but it was pretty good then.
It kept falling off all the time. The other fellow, they were getting more money. I mean, different jobs. They were getting more money than we were towards the last of the Depression.
Yeah.
They held us down. Well, that there goddamn thing of taking 10% of your money for a bar in it, rather, and then they never paid you back. Well, it's only a couple cents. It's only amount to 30 cents a day or something like that, maybe.
There were a lot of people working on the railroad then. There were a lot of people on the railroad at that time.
Yeah. Well, when I first started on the railroad, started here at Kinder, old Al Graves was the foreman. He was crazy nuts. But he was a good fellow at that, He just one of them army folks who talking and carry on. But anyhow, he took me over to his house. He lived there in Vintage where Bud lived the last time. We don't remember where Bud lived. Well, it was up there, the other side of the hotel. Up towards her house, the other side of it. Anyhow, he took me over to his house to sign me up. And he had a big fat wife. Nice looking old woman. She wasn't old woman, she was heavy. And he was pretty heavy, too. He went in there and what the devil did she call herself? I forget what her name was. He called her a name. He says, I brought this boy over here, he says. Get this thing straightened out. What he got straightened out? Well, he said he thought that much too much coffee. And you can't handle him, so there ain't no use to send him more. He was an ornery bugger. He would say any darn thing, Yeah, and laugh. Oh, Lord. What you don't see in here when you ain't got enough milk.
Hey, didn't Dad used to work on the railroad too?
Who?
My dad. Didn't he work on the railroad for a while?
Yeah, he was down in Leslie there when I was down there. He worked on the main line still. Yeah, he was an army man. Yeah. We were up there right in front of Vintage. Well, that there It was I don't know what it was, some kind of restaurant or something there at that time, right on the corner on this side of the highway, between the highway and the railroad.
Yeah, there's still something there now. There's a restaurant.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, we were working up along there, and the bridge where they went underpass, there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were working right on the other side of the underpass, and Al says, can't wait now. I can't go no further. He says, I'll just have to go here. Martin, he took his hat out and gave it over that. And about that time, he had his pants down and shit all over him. he had to do it. Shit from top to bottom. He was an bugger. He could have went over there in the gutter someplace, He did. Park had no business sitting. He knows darn well if he'd do it. That don't matter what you tried it. Oh, I'm telling you. We had a lot of good fun, but a lot of hard work too. Well, out there, don't put that in the score. Anything else you want to know about this?
When Roosevelt was president during the Depression.
Depression and World War II. So you weren't into politics much then?
I never did bother by politics. I never voted in my life.
Harvey, he was the one who was in politics, wasn't he?
Huh?
Harvey, he was.
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember Harvey.
I was going to go. See, before you're 21, you couldn't vote at that time. I don't know what it is now.
It's still 21.
No, it's 18.
18.
18, they over to 18.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, I become 21, and I was down, not here, but up home, I was down along the road doing something, I don't know what. But anyhow, this old guy come down there, started talking, nice. I thought, you're in trouble. Finally got to it, he said, he asked me what my name was, and I told him, Oh, yes, he says, I remember your mother well. I went to school with your mother, and all this kind of shit, he put in that. You're gonna get a mouthful, you stick around. I know what he's after, I was 21, he wanted to take me to the pool.
Yeah.
So finally he asked me, he asked me what my,
Republican or Democrat?
Yeah, and I told him a Democrat, he didn't want me then. And I told him something. And he never come back.
What about your family? You had a lot of kids and stuff, didn't you?
Who?
You had a lot of brothers and sisters?
Oh, yes, well, and, Paul and Doll and them, that was his half brother and sister, Paul and Arthur and, Business.
There was 9 of you, wasn't there? Altogether?
But it was only 8, wasn't it? And 3 and 5 of us.
Okay, yeah, 8.
There was George and me. That's all I mean. The age is George the oldest, and not me. And then Fred, and 5. And the 3 of Paul and Art and Donald.
What happened? Did Grammy's first husband die?
Oh, yeah. He died before Paul was born.
She was pregnant with Paul when he died.
Yeah. He just about a day or two before he died, just a day or two before he was born.
What did he die of?
Well, they claim at that time it was Bright's disease, they called it. They called the Bright's disease was something like cancerous or something like that. It was something that eat the intestines. And that time, why, I guess I didn't know much about it. Or the hospital were very little of it. That was 70 years ago, I guess. Oh, I'd be 80 years ago since they were born.
Yeah. Well, Grammy was a Probst, then she married a Zimmerman, and a Wise.
Yeah.
I mean, our Grammy.
My Grammy.
Oh.
His mom. Probst, she married a Zimmerman, and he died, and she married a Wise. Harry.
Had 6 kids.
8 kids altogether.
John.
8.
John Zimmerman.
Was that pretty rough living with so many brothers and sisters?
Okay.
Was that pretty rough living with so many brothers and sisters?
Well, it wasn't too bad because one was older than the other, and then when one got a little older, why she would take her, he or she would take care of the younger ones. And, they were far enough apart that, say, I'd go to school and you would be next on to school. That way, you know, it wasn't bad.
There was a pretty big age difference from the oldest to the youngest.
Yeah.
Probably. You were 76. Bud would have been, if he was living, he'd have been 85 or so, wouldn't he?
Oh, it was.
Bud, yeah.
Oh, he was born 1800.
Oh, he was born in 1800.
Yeah.
Then he didn't.
See, Mom was born in 1875, and he was, no. Yeah, he was in the late 80s. I don't know just what year it was. I mean, I did used to know. It's the second or third. I mean, 98 or 99 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was a little early. I know I was 97.
Dahl was born in 1900.
Yeah, Dahl was born in 1900. That's right.
And Paul was younger than Dahl, eh?
Yeah.
When you lived there in Nickel Mines, probably most of the food you ate was what you raised, wasn't it?
That's it.
You bought sugar and flour.
Sugar and flour, and a bunch of old chickens. Some of them didn't lay, and some did. Some were dead, and some were alive. Didn't get many eggs, you know. But we'd have maybe a dozen of eggs, maybe a dozen and a half of eggs or something like that. Mom would say, boy, take these eggs over and bring me some this or that and the other thing, you know. You used to get a basket full for a couple of dollars, all you could carry. That time, kids, I mean, not now. Grown up, just carry gold. we go to the store, and then she tell me, when we went to the store, now if there's anything left, buy it out in sugar. Sometimes you get a half a pound of sugar left over, enough to buy a half a pound of sugar or so. You know about what it was going to cost, But there was a couple cents coming. You could get a couple cents worth of sugar. Not the candy, no, sugar out of it. That's how we had to live. And we grew up that way. So we went to working and different. But then we always had plenty to eat. But it wasn't all fancy. It was good solid food. And enough of it. I never went hungry. I was on the rest of it. Big world, I tell you.
How many years did you go to school?
Well, I went to school when I was 12. I started at 8 and quit at 12. That's like 4 years of it.
Kyle like that, wouldn't you, Kyle?
How about Prohibition? Remember Prohibition? Alcohol, no alcohol. That's all.
When was Prohibition on?
Prohibition?
Yeah. That was before your time, before you were.
No, I was still in the 20s.
Well, he was only born in 1909.
Okay.
He'd have been 10 or 11.
I remember this. I was born.
Yeah, but you were pretty young.
Yeah, I was a kid when this prohibition went on. And some thought it was. For that, darn it, but I don't know what year.
You remember when it happened?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where'd you meet Ann at? Where'd you meet Bern at?
Where did I meet her?
Yeah.
Right here. No, not here. Nickel mines. We were buying motorcycles at the time, And Ann Hall and Bert Hall and it. There's a couple other girls around there. I don't know who they were. They belonged around Norristown somewhere. They were Ann Hall's wife's relation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were there this night and this day, and it was a beautiful day in the spring or summer, and they wanted to go for a motorcycle ride. Well, let's take a ride down slide piling around the back, and that was all sand that deep in them sand road, dirt road, So we ride around in there, finally come for us. Chance to ride. But she got on. She was a little heavier than the rest of them. And I had that little narrow tires on them, just like a bicycle tire. And that thing just kept digging in. Her feet started to drag and she jumped off. The sand was that deep some places, not back in them wood bushes. Well, that's where we met then, right there. But she was only a kid then, too. 15, 16.
Well, where did she live? Where did she come from, though?
Well, her home at that time was up at on the old Philadelphia Pike. You know where Johnny had his trailer?
Oh, yeah.
Well, about there's a house or two this way inside of that, only across the road. That was where she lived at that time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think I remember somebody pointing out that.
Yeah. Well, that's, well, to start with, Joe Cummins was down there, and you know him, but I guess you don't know him as good as I do. But he was down there, and Mike Hossel, I don't know, once used to come around there, you know, kids.
Around your home place.
Yeah.
Your home place is sort of like a gathering ground for everybody, wasn't it?
Yeah. It doesn't matter who comes up. He was one of the crowd. Well, storm come up. And here was that 4 or 5 girls in the starting the rain, and thunder and lightning. And Bert Hall and Ann Hall, and was there yet too. Wow. Jumped in the car, jumped by it, I know that Chevy, it was full of them. At that, we jumped in there, and of course we got close together all the time. Well, next day until I got the letter. Was oh my. So finally we got to see each other a little, you know. And got a little worse all the time, and he got so bad then it got his boy. Get the man to talk. So. She's a good girl.
You guys can't remember her.
That's her there.
I sure remember.
Yeah, I see that picture.
Yeah, she was surely a good girl. It didn't matter who or what or when, she was there. She put up the worst battle that I ever seen anybody do to keep her life. Couldn't do it. I'll never forget. I give her injection in the hospital. She was going to send her home, but they know it couldn't be done. And they were going to send her home. And the nurse got me and taught me how to give her injection.
Yeah.
Well, I give her injection. She never moved. And I said, did it hurt? No, she said, it's better than any nurse ever did it. It didn't hurt as much as any nurse ever did. So, I went 2 or 3 nights before I left the hospital that I'd have to give her a shot. Of course, one night I didn't have to go because
She had a lot of rough time there.
yeah, she surely did.
She always kept her spirit, though.
Yeah, she was the fightingest woman that I ever thought of, and I couldn't think of another woman to be like that.
Yeah.
She fought for her life hard. There's nothing to do about it. Had her in Philadelphia 3 times in Philadelphia. Had her on the kidney machine. You had to get her off of there as quick as you could because she was dying. But I had no blood in her. It took the blood out of her, you know, to wash it run through the kidney machine. Well, they had an awful time getting her back to life again.
I was down there with you, right? I was down at Philly with you, right?
Yeah.
I remember she had to have oxygen.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that oxygen bottle, I still got it down there. I give her oxygen.
she always kept her spirit.
Yeah. She never lost a bit of that good stuff. Minnie often says, talk about it. Minnie, nothing. Well, I guess that's where it had to be. It wouldn't have been that way. Yeah, well, what other question you got to ask? We're getting off the track here, ain't we?
I don't know. I just got anything you want to say? Just anything you remember, any stories or something?
You don't remember
Not
back to
anything.
women.
I remember that.
You better not tell them stories.
Huh?
You better not tell them stories, though.
Well, it's over with. I don't bother women. What doesn't bother me.
I think people were like closer together back in those days.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was helping everybody all the time.
Yeah, because now, just like that was home for everybody down there, it seemed like.
Yeah. I know, I remember different ones saying about the home over there. Everybody used to come there and sit around and talk and carry on.
Well, the whole hill would come down, you know. All of them. And Mike Hoffman and all them fellows from down around Georgetown come up for and have a good talk. And have picnics and just anything, you know.
Yeah.
Anything, whatever comes to your mind, that's what we do.
Was that because of Grammy, you think, mostly? Or?
Well, Grammy, you mean my mother?
Yeah.
She said she don't care how many comes in. If they behave themselves, they're welcome. And she said, I'd sooner see them in here than have them out someplace they know where they're at and what they were doing.
Yeah.
She said that many a time. She'd have been strict if somebody would have got in trouble someplace.
Yeah.
That would have never left her. Because that was her, I don't know what we call it, because she did not want the kids to get in any trouble.
Yeah. None of them ever did, I don't believe either, did they?
I don't think there's one of them ever done anything that was, they might have done something that somebody would have raised Cain about. We upset shit houses and stuff like that.
None really got
Halloween nights and so on like that, but never to hurt anything. They could push them up when they come out of it. And we were only kids and done that. Sat over poor old Tommy Simpson, never forget him. A couple of years before that, we were good size, but then we got a little bigger, you know. Tommy, he knows we were going to do something. He gets in the darn thing. He said he's going to fool him. He said he's going in there. He went in. Unbeknownst, he thought it was unbeknownst to us, you know. But it wasn't. We knowed he was in there. So, here was the door. And, of course, back there was the back and the seats of whatever it was. He goes behind it and pushes everything over and they couldn't get out. to wait till we lifted up to get him out. But he just laughed about it, you know. We know that he wasn't going to raise no cane about it. That's, I'll never forget that. We did push it over, you know, right? But he wasn't in it.
Yeah.
And he was going to fool him. He got in it.
He pushed it over anyway.
He was in it and couldn't get out. Poor old man. Well, he wasn't no old man, but he was a big, fat Irishman.
Hey, when did they first get electricity at your home place?
Well, I don't know just right. But you know, we had gas in there first. Carbide tank in the ground. And then there's pipelines running all through the house.
For gas lights.
Uh-huh.
For gas lights, you mean?
Yeah. Or for gas lights, yeah. I thought that was worthless. Well, you gotta fill that there tank. Get full of the, like, lime, cement, you know, mixed up in there after it was wore out. It didn't take long to wear the dark stuff out. It didn't turn on a couple of lights while I had to heat up a lot of the gas. It wasn't the regular gas, you know. So, that went through. Didn't last too long. I did one season, maybe. And then we got the electric in after that, but I don't know just what period that's for.
Were you still living there then, you think, or not?
I was only a kid when they put that in. I guess Newt wired the house. George. He wired the house after this tank was in. He wouldn't help to clean the tank out. Rather they go that swap out of there and carry it off, you know.
Yeah.
Barrels of it. Well, that was not for us. It was expensive. So you get about a 5-gallon can, about that high, about that big around. Cost $5 or $6. That's a lot of money these days.
Yeah.
And then it didn't last long. Been alright if it lasted a couple of weeks, it's gone. Then you had to go to turn the switch. Well, it wasn't a switch. You had to open the valve, and then it had a lighter on it that you take and make a spark, and it would light off. If that thing would have went out for some reason and the gas would have kept coming, well, that was dangerous. Yeah. Well,
I'm trying to think what perhaps I've seen where they still had those gas pipes ran in. Maybe it was Fred's place then.
I guess.
Cutler's Butt. Or Butler's Gut. Butler's Gut. Fred's place. That Fred's place? That White House up there?
No, I mean Fred's Teleridge.
Oh. Yeah. Probably does.
Well, you gentlemen, we ought to get going here pretty soon. It's 8 o'clock. You guys got school on. I got to go to work again.
You got wheels going around. You better get some more. Get some more out of that thing. Can I tell you something about some nice looking girl? Well, I wasn't no bad boy. I just liked the girl. Them Polish people I was telling you I lived with, them people The old lady she cooked bottle wash. There were 4 of them, boys and girls together. I never sat up to a breakfast table without enough stuff there to eat for 2 men or 3. And I had one of them black dinner tables with some fun on top. Well, the old girl, every day she would raise the devil about this little bucket. Why don't you get the bigger one, the bigger one? So he put more in it for it. I got a big one of them big square things we used to carry. It had a tank in the top of it for put coffee in, but the coffee would be cold. It didn't matter if it was only in there a half hour, it'd be cold, you know. I didn't bother about that. But she would have that thing stuffed, all she could stuff in there, and the best stuff she could buy. $1 a day. And then at mealtime, breakfast and supper were each there. She lost money on me, I'll tell you that. But then I did help her out sometimes, but then she'd help me out too. She wouldn't take no money for that day. Yeah, I did the best ways. And the best to meat every day, but Friday. Then you got fish. Catholic. That's the cat, or best of fish we could buy. That's what I got. I live on top of the world. I stood there a good extent of 2 years. Over a year.
Well, monkeys, you guys better hit the road.
Yeah, that's about all I need, I think.
That'll be a good story for you.
Yeah.
Don't tell them everything.
No.
Oh, yeah. This has been a good day, all day today. It was bad hard feelings in that place this time. There's nothing to do about it, so what's the use of worrying? I mean, poor old soul dead. Had to be buried, so you can't kick about that. You never seen him, I guess, did you?
No.
Harvey Gallagher. His ex-brother. He was out in Brownstown. He worked for 22 years, I think, down at the New Orleans
Machine.
No, not Fox. The Scales Factory. When the Scales Factory worked 22 years. I'll bet you'll have you got it on there.
Right there,
That'll work well. That'll be good when you take it off. You don't want to tell them nothing. You hear? You little bugger.